kitchen conversations and learn a thing or two. And I don't burn nothing in my kitchen.
This is Barbara Berrigan-Perea with Delta Flows, a radio show by the Voice of Stockton and Restore the Delta. This is the weekly radio show where we discuss everything Delta related: the environment, water management, water quality, farming, history and culture, public events, recreation, Delta food, and the arts. Tune into Delta Flows on KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at KXVS Radio.
This is Miriam, and you're listening to KXVS, the Voice of Stockton.
You know what I got? I got a picture of his face with the little pillow on, the sleep face, and we're in Chicago.
Are they already in Chicago?
KXVS 92.1 coming soon. KXVS.
This is Darius Oliver, and you're listening to 92.1 KXVS, the Voice of Stockton.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Good morning, Stocktonians, and welcome to another episode of Tales and Tips. I am honored today to have with me two board members from Pixie Woods. I am so excited to have both Mary Pennini with me and Gae Stewart, and we're going to talk about everything Pixie Woods. I'm going to have one of you start to tell us about the history of Pixie Woods, how the park came to be, when it was created.
Do you want me to start? Okay, nestled in the shaded trees and surrounded by lagoons, this special park in our city started as a dream in the early 1950s. And through strong community support, the dream became a reality when the Rainbow Gates opened for the first time in June of 1954.
Awesome.
The park continued to grow for over 60 years now through community support like the Boy Scouts, Leadership Stockton, and special private donors.
All right, and the Lions Club is in there too.
Yes, that's right.
All right. And it's exciting because as a member of the Lions Club and the incoming president, we have always tried to work towards fundraising for the park. We participated in many events. We cooked when you had the arborists come out, and we had the golf tournament.
You're going to help cook for wine tasting.
All right, yes. We cooked last year for wine tasting, probably the year before, and this year we'll also cook for wine tasting. And I'm glad you mentioned that. In just a minute, we need to talk about our awesome wine tasting that's coming up Friday, June 22nd.
22nd.
All right.
From 5 to 8.
And that's at the park. And for those of you that may not be familiar with Pixie Woods, it is nestled in Lewis Park. And to me, it's like our local Disneyland. And I say that because it's different than any other park. Yes, you might have a slide and things to climb on, but there are actually rides there. We have a train ride. We have
the boat ride,
and
the carousel,
the beautiful vintage carousel. So, Gae, why don't you talk about the wine tasting that's coming up?
Sure. So this is going to be our 32nd annual wine tasting at the park, held actually inside Pixie Woods on June 22nd from 5 to 8. And it's for adults only, of course. We have a variety of hors d'oeuvres, some of them quite heavy hors d'oeuvres, actually. We have 4 different musical venues and also a silent auction, a massive silent auction with probably about 100 items to bid on. The price for the tickets are $50 in advance and $60 at the door. We do take credit cards. You can mail in a check and we can mail you the tickets.
Where would they mail that to? How do they reach you?
Our post office box is 4622 Stockton, California 95204.
And we have a website also. Can they purchase tickets on the website?
No, but we do take credit cards.
Okay.
We're able to facilitate that as well. But we take checks, and you can also purchase tickets through Gary Long Jewelers in Lincoln Center, and the Wine Wizard restaurant, excuse me, on Grand Canal Boulevard.
Awesome.
And also at a couple of wineries, Mary. Sorelli and Macchia Winery are both selling wine
Awesome.
tasting
In the Lodi
tickets.
area,
Great.
yeah.
That's correct.
And we have several wineries coming out and also several beer companies as well.
Yes, we have about 4 or 5 beer companies this year and over 30 wineries.
And it's just a really fun event. And even though it's typically a warmer time of the year, the trees there provide wonderful shade. Last year when I was out, it was just a magical experience.
And we have some misters that help
Yes,
cool
to
people
keep it
down
cool.
as well. And there's lots of water, and we also have soft drinks in case people do not partake in the wine. So try to accommodate everybody.
And can one of you talk about our board and how our board came about? Because this is a city park and kind of how that relationship works.
Well, the board is a nonprofit 501c3 made up of volunteer members who have worked to upgrade and improve the park and works with the City of Stockton Community Services Department to keep the magic alive for the children from all over California.
And the other thing to me that's just so amazing is we have on our board, we have just a wide array of people who have such talent. Remind me the lady who does the painting.
That's Flora Adresian, and she's the tiniest little thing, and boy, she can paint anything on anything. I mean, she's very, very talented.
She did the beautiful rendition of the carousel for last year's invitation.
Exactly.
She paints on a lot of the characters, thank you, and different things that are there. And you mentioned something about the Rainbow Bridge. I'd like one of you to talk about that because it's so striking, and the mermaids that are on that.
Oh, that Flora had painted?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. It's first of all, the Rainbow Bridge was installed about, I don't have the exact date, but 10 or 12 years ago. And it was pretty fun to see because it was helicoptered in, and we kind of had a big celebration early in the morning to have that done. So because we get volunteers from different scout troops, one of the scout troops painted a rainbow on both sides of the bridge on the exterior, and then Flora, our amazing artist, she painted kind of a water scene, underwater scene with mermaids and such. It's a very pleasant bridge to see, and it's just fun to see everybody's artwork.
Yes, and we have the birthday room. We have a castle with a knight on a horse, which is amazing. Those are some of the favorite areas that I have. I know Leadership Stockton a couple years ago had a project to help to renovate, and it's also neat that so many different organizations from the community have come together to help to make this park special.
We have been very blessed to have the Lions Club and the Kiwanians and some of the Rotarians and Leadership Stockton come out, and especially when we do our work day, which was a couple of weeks ago. And Leadership Stockton had a group too.
That's awesome. The
They
alumni.
worked very hard in planting new plants and digging out weeds and really
That's
cleaning
awesome.
up the park.
And
And
we
I
got
feel-
some awesome donations as well.
Yes.
Home
Yay.
Depot donated $75 towards plants or bark or however we felt the need. NorCal Landscaping donated quite a few plants
Yes.
for us to plant in the park that day. And we had about 100 students from the various high school key clubs that, again, was organized by Kiwanis. So it was a great work day. We end up meeting a ton of great kids over the years, and we're so thankful to work with Kiwanis. They provide a nice hot dog lunch afterwards
Yay.
for everyone.
Awesome. Good. And again, to me, it makes me happy that so many different organizations see the value to Pixie Woods. And I love that even though it's a park that's been there for a long time, because of our board and the community coming together, it's beautiful. It's a place of enchantment, and to me, it's just such a nice place to be at.
It's a generational park. I grew up here in town, and I went as a child. Excuse me. I did take an allergy pill this morning. I grew up here, and my parents took my family, my sisters, and I to the park on a regular basis. And then I had my children, and they experienced the park as well, and then my grandchildren. So there's generations of children, not just in our family, but for many families in Stockton. It's a real gem. And sometimes the adults that bring their children back, it just brings all these memories back for them when they visited as a kid. So
we even have a board member now that used to work at Pixie Woods when he was young.
Wow.
And he had such fond memories of it, and that's why he wants to be on our board and continue to contribute
That's awesome.
his talents as well.
Why don't you talk about what it takes to be a board member, and how, if someone in our audience wants to participate, how they can join our board when we meet, where we meet?
We really need some new young blood, because a lot of us have been on the board for many, many, many years. And we have a great passion for the board, and that's what it really takes. I mean, for the park, excuse me. You really, really need to be involved in the community. And I've noticed a lot of young people aren't involved in the community, but anyone that's interested would like to help us continue this wonderful park, just give me a call or go online, check out the website.
What's our website?
It's pixiewoods.com, isn't it? I think.
Pixie Woods Children's Park.
Pixie Woods Children's Park.
Pixiewoods.org.
And there's pixiewoods.org
Yeah,
too.
there's
So there's two different websites.
Two different websites. One's the city and one's ours, right?
And we have 2 Facebook pages.
And we have
also.
2 Facebook pages too, and our numbers are on there, and we'd be glad to accommodate you. We meet twice a month, normally the first and third Wednesdays at noon at Michael's Pizza on Alpine, right around the corner, too far. And we have lunch, and our meetings last about an hour and a half or so. There's we have a lot of different jobs. We need people that, especially we have a nice young lady attorney on our, and she's really been helping us with a lot of legal work. And we have great finance people that handle the finance areas. But we need some good hard workers that got a lot of brawn.
And I'm excited. Bill is helping you with some of the plants as well, and Jean, our 2 newer members.
Yes, we have 2 members that, in fact, Bill, your husband, is a master gardener, and it really is important because a lot of our trees and our plants are so old, they need to be replaced somehow. And so, you know, it takes all kinds of talent. You know, we need people that are creative, come up with new ideas for different projects in the park. Our latest project coming up is going to be a lunar landing project.
Yay!
Hopefully we'll have a big spaceship and a little room where the kids can go in and push buttons and dials and things like that.
I'm excited
Educational.
about that. And depending on how we format that, we may be able to get some special grants through Lions and other organizations.
Exactly.
And I know Bill is working with you on that. I want to issue a challenge to my fellow leadership Stocktonians and see if they will come out and be board members. It was amazing. I wasn't unfortunately able to be there on this last cleanup day, but it's amazing to me that we had such an outpouring of support from Leadership Stockton, and I'd like to challenge you guys to come and join our board. And that also goes for any Lions out there or Rotarians to come and join us, because Pixie Woods is special to Stockton, not only for its history, but for our current generation, to have somewhere that's safe, that they can play and feel special and just relax.
Exactly, because you know there's not a lot of activities in Stockton for children to do. There's the Children's Museum, which is a wonderful experience as well, but we need to keep Pixie Woods alive.
Yes.
So.
Yes, yes. And I love that we have board members who, Gae, you were telling me earlier, you've been on the board 20 years. Mary, you've been on the board 8 years, but yet everyone, when we mention your name, they know you with Pixie Woods. So I don't know quite how that happened. But last time you were here on the show, you shared a very special, meaningful story about you and your sister at Pixie Woods.
Yeah, you
Would
know,
you
we were raised out on the farm, and we didn't get into town very much. And when my mom heard about Pixie Woods, the first thing she did was we got my sister and I and went in and it was just like being at Disneyland, really. It was so much fun, and we never forgot it. It was made a great impression on us, and we revisited it many times. And of course, at that time, they had a wonderful petting zoo, but unfortunately, that has not been able to be effective anymore because
And times change.
And times change. But we have a lot of other activities that we do now that. Like we do Christmas in July with Santa Claus.
That was awesome.
And we give little toys to the kids that come. And they just light up to see, Santa halfway through the year.
Yes.
Makes a difference.
And our Monster Mash?
Do a Monster Mash in October. It's around like the third weekend in October, Saturday. And the kids get a free pumpkin and things to decorate the pumpkin with. And they come in costume. They get in free.
That was so much fun. And our board dressed up. Awesome.
Our board dresses up in costume, and we have a lot of entertainment. We have puppet shows and many things to see.
All right. And Pixie Woods, for those of you that don't know, closes during part of the year, during the winter. Did one of you want to talk about that? When is the reopening? And
Sure. Well, it opens May 5th. It's the first Saturday in May, and it's open on Saturdays and Sundays until June. The hours are 11 to 4, and it's such a reasonable park for families to visit because the general admission is $4, and children under 2 get in free. So you can buy ride tickets. They have unlimited rides for $9. Otherwise, the ride tickets are $2 and $5. And they also have a yearly membership, which is pretty neat. It's $65 for a family of 4, and they do some extra special things for the membership folks. Some days they can get in earlier. The city has arranged for some special events for those members. But really, if you take your children more than 2 times during the summer, it certainly pays to do the membership. Makes it really easy. So in the beginning, we're just there on Saturdays and Sundays, starting in May, because school is still in session. And then once school is out, starting in June, then it's Thursday through Sundays. And it's just a great time to be out there. Weekends sometimes are busy, and it's sometimes when it's really busy, it makes it even more fun. So you need to just bring the kids and come on out.
It's great to hear the kids laughing and see them playing. And our Monster Mash, which we touched on earlier, when the kids come in costume, they get in free. Correct. Which is neat too. I think that's we try and make it economical for families to come and just have a great time.
And we have a Yum Yum house there, a snack bar, so you're not allowed to bring food or drink in. However, there's picnic areas in Lewis Park that you can picnic at if you prefer. But otherwise, we have a great little snack bar, and you can, and I feel like their snacks are reasonably priced.
Mm-hmm.
And hot dogs, corn dogs, they have children's meals, and ice creams and so forth. So, you don't need to bring a picnic. You can have a picnic there at the snack bar. I wanted to mention that Family Resource and Referral Day is coming up, and that is May 19th, and that's free to the public. So everyone gets in free that day. It's a busy day.
Is that a Saturday?
It's a Saturday, yes. And there's a lot of resources in the park there to help young families.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And then Saturday, June the 2nd, is our annual birthday party. And the board of directors serves cake all day, and we usually have some added entertainment on the birthday party day, and that's from 12 to 3 on Saturday, June the 2nd.
And we have our birthday party room too, Alice's birthday party room, so you can book through the city, have your children's birthday party there. And they are doing it in 2 locations now, not only because it's become so popular in Alice's birthday room, but also in our toadstool area, so which accommodates maybe a little bit bigger party. So, and they arrange for the food for you and everything.
For those of you that don't know, so the birthday room is an outdoor canopied area, and the walls are all decorated with scenes from Alice in Wonderland. It's really done so well. It's really cute. And then the Toadstool area is on the other side. It's outside, and it's one of the locations that we'll have our entertainment at when we have our wine tasting on Friday, June the 22nd. And it's just a charming, enchanting place for kids to be. I love that they can celebrate their birthdays, and it doesn't have to be just birthdays. It can be any event that they want to celebrate. Yeah. They can come out. How would they reserve that for a party?
They have to call the city of Stockton, and I'm sorry I don't have that phone number.
It's on Facebook, and it's on the website.
Yeah, it's on the Facebook, and it's a community services department.
Is that there?
93. I know it's 937 something.
I have it in my phone.
Anyway,
okay.
But they're the ones that book all the parties.
Okay.
Also, the schools also do tours through your grammar school. So if your children are in, like, I think it's first, third grade or something, fourth grade, and the schools do tours, and they get a book, and the board provides the book for the students, and they get to take that back to their school for their library.
Awesome. And besides the wine tasting, how do we fundraise for the park? What other activities? How do we generate income? We sell tickets.
We sell tickets to the wine tasting, of course, and we have started an endowment fund through the San Joaquin Community Foundation. So anyone doing their estate planning, try to remember Pixie Woods, include it in your estate planning, and that will help us tremendously. We also do memorial funds, so anybody that's passed away and you want to do something in their memory, we take donations for that as well.
And we sell Super Bowl tickets.
And we are also part of the Super Bowl raffle through the Spanish Corporation, and we've done very well with that. So tickets are $100.
Lions has worked with us on golf tournaments to help raise some funds for the park as well.
Yeah, we're very grateful for that.
For people that are listening, if they can't donate money, are we taking raffle prizes for the silent auction? Do we need raffle?
We would love some. Yes.
Definitely. Donations of any kind, large or small. We're not particular. We just love, and we make, through Gae here and her beautiful talent, make beautiful baskets for the silent auction. So just give us a call, and we'll be glad to pick it up or whatever.
Okay. How do they reach you? That was going to be my next question. So if someone has
let me give you the City of Stockton number that we talked about earlier, and that is 209-937-7354, and that's Tina Johnson Gaines' number at the city, and she's takes care of reservations for birthday parties or information you need about the park.
Great. Do you want to repeat that number one more time?
Oh, I already erased it. Let's see.
937.
Yeah, it's a 937 number. Hold on.
7394. 54? 7354.
Okay.
Yes, 7354. 937-7354.
Awesome. And then how does someone reach you if they have items for our silent auction?
Well, as you said, my name is all over town, but we'll have banners up, and it'll be on our invitations and our save the date cards.
Can they message you through Facebook if someone has something to donate? No,
I don't think so, but my phone number is on there, and it's area code 209-403-2942.
Okay, awesome. We recently lost a treasured board member. Do you want to talk about Ernie?
Ernie Shropshire was one of the original people to start the park. So he was a charter member of the board. He'd been on there, 64 years old. And he loved the park so much and was very dear, and his family continues to support as well.
Awesome.
So we'll be doing something of a memorial in the park for him shortly.
It's sad, but I love that we are collecting funds from our board members to do something commemorative for him.
Yes. Yeah, he will never be forgotten.
There's a caboose being built for the train.
Yeah.
A special small caboose that's going to be at the end of the train, obviously. That's where cabooses are. And we intend to possibly
dedicate that to him.
Ernie there.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, Gae, tell me, maybe you can share a special memory of being at the park, and talk about maybe what your favorite thing in the park is.
Well, I think probably my favorite thing is the setting. The trees, it's shady, it's not only enjoyable for the children, but it's enjoyable for the adults, because it is such a pleasant place to be in. You feel like you've really escaped, escaped into another area. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a lovely park, and so I think that's probably my favorite. I have a granddaughter that is 22 now, and when she was young, I was taking her to the park with me for various work parties or events that we had at the park, and since I was there so frequently, she thought I owned the park. She would tell everyone, my grandma owns Pixie Woods. But of course that's not true, but it's kind of fun to see it through a child's eyes. Is cute to see, but it's just such a beautiful place, and we have a lot of things that are blooming right now. All the azaleas are blooming, and like I said, it's just shady and lovely to be there.
It's very comfortable. One of my favorite things, I think, is the water serpent, and it spurts out water, and the little kids just run through it and get wet and fall all over, and they just have a gay old time in there.
That's awesome.
And that was donated by our longtime board member, Gunter Knoll, and his wife, and so it's one of our favorite projects there.
Awesome. And for me, I think it's a toss-up between the bridge or the castle. The castle with the night is really amazing, and it's so reminiscent of Disneyland, just like you said. Yes, we don't have the fast rides, but we have some rides, and it's right in our back door, which is so great. And the bridge is just amazing. The hand-painted work on the mermaids, and they have gems, and it's just so charming. Everything about it is just peaceful and relaxing, and it's like stepping away.
And free parking.
Yes.
We don't even charge for parking.
Which is awesome.
And the volcano,
where do you find that?
too.
Oh, we have a volcano.
Have you watched the volcano go off?
I haven't seen the volcano.
Yeah. So you have a boat ride.
Seen it, but not go off.
Yeah. They have a boat ride in the lagoon that goes past the volcano, and also the train runs along the track around the volcano, where you'll find some dinosaurs and some cavemen, and on the other side there's some pirates, and the volcano erupts periodically. So it's really unique for the kids.
And in a separate location, we do have a pirate ship, which the Rotary Club was instrumental in as well. And once again, it's so wonderful that so many organizations and people in the community have come together to keep this alive. It's just phenomenal. Can we review our timeline? So opening day is going to be
Opening day is May 5th.
All right.
That's
wonderful.
a Saturday, and
All
it's going to be open Saturdays and Sundays only in May, and then in June, starting June 1st, it'll be Thursdays through Sundays.
Awesome, awesome. And our wine tasting, and please come out and help us to fundraise for Pixie Woods, is Friday, June 22nd. Tickets ahead of time are $50, and you can get those tickets at Gary Long's, Macchio, Wine Wizards, and you mentioned
Wine Wizards, Macchio Winery, Sorelli Winery, or you can purchase them at the door, although we try to keep the ticket sales at a max. So I recommend that you try to purchase them in advance.
Ahead of time.
Yeah. It's a great event. If you've never gone, you'll go once, and I'm sure you'll be back. It's really one of the nicest events in town.
Well, and to me, what I love about it compared to other wine tasting events is that there are so many different venues there that have wine and food and beer, but also we have so many forms of entertainment, which is unusual. I love that.
4 different groups, and they are spread out through the park so that you don't hear or they don't overlap each other. So you can enjoy some jazz, you can enjoy some rock and roll, you can enjoy some chamber music. It's a little bit of everything for everybody. And by the way, we're still looking for food vendors. If they're interested in participating, they can give me a call. We could always use more food, that's for sure.
Awesome. And are there other ways that the community can reach out and help? Will we have if someone can't be a board member, but they want to come and help to maintain the park, when can they do that? Can they reach out to you about that?
helping to maintain the park, probably with besides our work days, we have a wonderful board member, R.J. Alfred. He used to work for the city and maintain the park, and now he's on the board, and
Yay.
he practically lives there. He visits the park every day to make sure nothing has tragically happened to it. He waters everything, but I think if you have structured workday parties, probably going through the city might be the better way to do that.
Okay.
But anytime we need volunteers for the wine tasting too, we could always use more of those people, because set up and tear down is always the big part of the wine tasting. So if anybody, there's a lot of ways they can help.
Great. And did we want to give a shout out to any other board members or any community members or companies that have been very supportive of the park?
Well, our big sponsors have been the Port of Stockton. F&M Bank is
Major sponsor.
major sponsor.
We love F&M Bank.
Yes, they're going to be on our wine glasses. Honey Air and Air and Heating are sponsoring our snack trays that we sell during the event. We have other sponsors
Bank
like
of Ag and Commerce.
Bank of A&C. They print our tickets. Financial Center Credit Union. All kinds of people. So,
Okay. And any other board members that you want to give a shout out to?
well, our long time, we have Tony Ippolito, who's been there for years. Daryl Verkirk, who's our accountant and handles all that crazy paperwork.
Scott.
Scott Graffius is the co-chair of
He
the
sells
wine
tons
test.
of tons of tickets.
And he's the
He's
one that
very
gets all our
aggressive about it.
wineries too.
Yes.
Yvonne Sampson has been our marketing person for many, many years. She's our Mama Pixie, we call her. And like to
Cute.
give a shout out to her today that her husband has been ill, and we hope he's doing better.
All right. And any final words as we're closing from either one of you about Pixie Woods?
Come out and see us with your kids, or come out and do some wine tasting.
Yes, you'll
On
enjoy
June
it. You'll
22nd.
never forget it. And let's keep Stockton going and keep Pixie Woods alive.
Yes. And to me, Pixie Woods, part of why I wanted to be a board member is it's such an important place for children. One of our few
On top of being a
hidden
great
treasures.
board of directors.
Yeah. I would like to thank you for inviting us to be a part of this today. It's really special to be included.
Well, and again, Pixie Woods is very important to me. I look at it as a hidden treasure in Stockton that still a lot of people don't know about.
Exactly.
And I want to do as much as I can to help to keep it alive for many, many generations to come.
We
I
appreciate
think
it.
we told you where it's located. It's Lewis Park, which is off of I-5 and Mount Diablo. Just follow the road out that way and you run right into it.
Awesome. All right. And once again, we do have 2 websites. We have 2 Facebook pages. Come out, help support the park, especially Friday, June 22nd with our wine tasting. And we hope you'll come out and just enjoy the park with your family. And with that, I'm going to sign off. I am the voice of Stockton. You are the voice of Stockton. We are the voice of Stockton. Let's make it a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.